And welcome to New Richmond, West Virginia, in the heart of Wyoming County. Tonight, it's Chapmanville, 11-9, taking on Wyoming East, who's 9-10. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. And Eric, this is a regional matchup. This is the first of two meetings. As a matter of fact, the next meeting will be in Chapmanville just Tuesday, just a couple of nights from now. And this is a really big game for both teams.
Yeah, and both teams, this is a good test for both teams. As you stated, a regional game, and I think for seeding, this is going to be real big because Wyoming East on their side is only 3 teams in the section.
Right, and also as far as Chapmanville is concerned, only 3 teams on Wyoming East's side. Of course, you have Wyoming East, you have Bluefield, and you have Summers County. On Chapmanville's side, you have Chapmanville, you have Mingo Central, and you have Liberty of Raleigh. So it's each section with 3 teams, a 6-team region, and this is very big, right, for overall city, not just in the section, but overall in the region, Eric.
Yeah, in the region, and both of these games, and it's good. This is kind of like the old how the NFC East was, in football this past season. All these games coming down the stretch, and all games matter, but now it really, really does matter, these teams matching up.
And this is really like a 2-game series, as I mentioned. They're going to play in Chapmanville on Tuesday night, and that'll be the last game of the regular season for both of these teams. Wyoming East will only have 21 games, where Chapmanville will have 22, which are allotted to play here in West Virginia. But the thing with Chapmanville, their arch rival Logan, as everybody knows how good they are, and they are the #1 team in their class. Chapmanville's played Logan twice and played them tough, even though they lost both games. They lost 56-48, and just the other night they lost by 1 possession, Eric. Chapmanville losing only 59-56 to a very good Logan team.
Yeah, and that's a rivalry game, and you're going to get Logan's going to get everyone's best shot anyway, but Chapmanville's really going to get up and play them. And this is this game right here, they're not a rivalry as far as like a west side, but this is kind of a rivalry game as well.
And, I had an opportunity to do a Chapmanville game about a month ago. They played at Polk, and they only scored 21 points. They lost that game 48-21. I think we're going to see a much better offensive performance tonight by Chapmanville. And, Eric, as we were preparing, doing our homework for the game, Chapmanville has 2 players in double figures. They're led by Brody Dalton with 17, and you have Zion Blevins with 15. And then you have 2 more right on the cusp of being in double figures, which is Isaiah Smith at 9 points a game and Devon Workman at 8 a game.
Yeah, anytime you can that surprises me, the game earlier in the year that they only scored 21 points, but that is a stellar Polka team, as we talked about. They have 3 Division I athletes, the best player in the state as far as recruitment. He's going to Virginia, so that could have dealt them a tough hand on the road. But as far as Chapmanville, they're playing their best basketball right now, and this is when you want to peak. Even with the loss to Logan the other night, you can hang your hat on no moral victories, but you're that close to being a good team.
And on the flip side, for Derek Brooks, Wyoming East, they're going to get a young man back, Tanner Witten. He's a 6'2 senior. He's averaging 25 a game, and he's battled injury. He's battled COVID, but he's back in the lineup tonight.
And when healthy, this kid can play. He's a stat filler. He does it all for him. He can take you inside, hit the tray, and he's just a good basketball mind.
Well, Whitney had 30 points in their win last night against Charleston Catholic, and we think we're going to have an outstanding game here tonight here at New Richmond on the parquet floor. It's Chapmanville 11-9 against Wyoming East 9-10. We'll take our first break, come back, we'll get you ready for the game, which will tip at the bottom of the hour as you are watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
And we welcome you back to the parquet floor as we're in the crow's nest high above this parquet. And Eric, during the commercial, you and I were talking that this does remind me of the old Boston Garden, which I had an opportunity to visit for a hockey game and several Boston Celtic basketball games. And the floor is made out that way with the parquet and the colors green around the the outline, the inline, and on the sideline here at Wyoming East.
Well, it kind of gives you a Boston Garden feel with all the banners that they have hanging too, with the the green and white. You know what I liked coming into this onto this campus is like all the signs lined up, from when the school's inception all the way to 2017. And, tradition, that's what you get when you come to Wyoming County anyway, but they've already built and established themselves as a title team.
Yeah,
town.
The history, of course, it's Mullins and Pineville, but also it's Herndon and Glenn Rogers in here at Wyoming East also. And looking, when I got here, as you mentioned, with all the stuff of all the sports and the banners, and looking at that dynamic 1999 state championship football team, there's a big picture out front. And, boy, that was one of the better Class AA state champions that West Virginia's had.
Well, and that was one of those teams that I think could have crossed over at that time and probably played or competed for that AAA championship. They had a great team, and it was a perfect storm of schools coming together at that time. I think Mullins had a lot of skill, and Pineville area had some linemen, and once you combined them, and it was a great, great team to follow.
And, Eric, as you know, the history of Wyoming County, when you think Wyoming County, you normally think basketball, but at least for that 1 year, and Wyoming East has had other good football teams, but that was a tremendous football team for that 1 year.
Yeah, and matter of fact, they actually had 2 guys that ended up being in the running for offensive, player of the year and
Kennedy Award,
in the Huff Award. So, yeah, anytime you have that on a AA team, you're going to be a pretty good team and a tough out.
But no, switching from talking about the past in football to the present in basketball, I think we're going to be in for a really good game. Wyoming East 9-10, trying to get to 500 with a home win tonight. Chapmanville 11-9, and these two teams are going to play again Tuesday night in Chapmanville. So I think the game is obviously important for both teams, but Eric, I think you would agree. I think it's a little more important for Wyoming East for the simple fact it's at home.
Yeah, and that's the thing you need to do. You have to have this mindset if you're Wyoming East and Coach Brooks. You want to defend the floor, your home court, and then try to go on Tuesday and steal one at Chapmanville, and then you'll be sitting really probably in the driver's seat as far as the regional seeding.
And we'll be looking forward to the start of this game. We'll go ahead and take another pregame break, and we're about a couple minutes away from getting the game started. 11-9 Chapmanville against 9-10 Wyoming East. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital. Now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Let's go places. The all-new Thornhill Toyota on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Your total automotive experience just got better with one of the safest, most dependable lines of vehicles on the market. Toyota. Contact us today and let Thornhill show you what total automotive care is all about.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Let's go places. The all-new Thornhill Toyota on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Your total automotive experience just got better with one of the safest, most dependable lines of vehicles on the market. Toyota. Contact us today and let Thornhill show you what total automotive care is all about.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
And we welcome you back to New Richmond, West Virginia, here on the campus of Wyoming East with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We're moments away from getting the game started. Chapmanville 11-9, taking on Wyoming East 9-10. And for Chapmanville, this is how they will go. As Eric, we talked about it in the previous segment, they have two players in double figures and two players right on the verge of being in double figures. And they're led by Brody Dalton, the 6'5 junior, at 17 a game. They'll have Zion Blevins at 15 a game. Devon Workman comes in at 8 a game, Isaiah Smith at 9 a game, and then rounding out their starting 5. And let me see, is Colton Craddock. So that's how Chapmanville will go. They'll be wearing the gray uniforms trimmed in orange, white, and black. On the flip side, for Derek Brooks' Wyoming East group, the Wyoming East Warriors, they come in, they're one game under 500. And Eric, for them to have a winning regular season, they need to win tonight and get to 500 and then beat Chapmanville on Tuesday to go one game over 500. And they'll have Tucker Cook, Cole Lambert, Chandler Johnson, and they will have Garrett Mitchell, and then, of course, Tanner Witten, the 6'2 senior. The last time, Eric, you and I saw Wyoming East when we did Wyoming East against Man, Witten was not available for that game, but he's since returned. He's averaging 25 a game, and Witten got 30 in Wyoming East's win over Charleston Catholic last night.
Yeah, and Witten just brings a lot to the table, as far as offensively and defensively, but he also frees up a lot of shots, for Cook and Lambert on the perimeter, and those guys will probably need to knock down a few trays earlier early in the game, because Chapmanville's really going to probably be geared to stopping Witten.
And like I said, I saw Chapmanville once already this season, a game at Poca, and it wasn't one of their better games. They were only able to get 21 points and losing 48-21. Now, I know Poca is very good, but I think, Eric, you would agree, and I'm sure to a man, Chapmanville will agree, no matter who you're playing, you got to score more than 21 points.
Yeah, 21 points. That's kind of probably the low light of the season, and it gave the coaching staff probably a lot to work with after that game.
So there is Chapmanville. They're being introduced. And it'll be moments away that we'll have the introduction of Wyoming East wearing the white uniforms trimmed in the dark green and black there. And I think we're going to be in for a really, really good basketball game here tonight. And like I said, it's the first of two meetings, and they'll meet again on Tuesday night in Chapmanville. And, Eric, when I look at seedings, and then first of all on Wyoming East's side, you and I we saw Summers County last week against Independence, and I think you would agree they would be third. And I'm not sure. I think Wyoming East can be the 1 seed. They did beat Bluefield at the Greenbrier. They do have that head-to-head matchup win.
Well, they both split because they split the season series.
So I'm not sure. I think maybe could be to what happens tonight and Tuesday is how you might determine who will be 1 and 2, who will get that bye. And I think that's very important. And home court all the way through.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Derek Brooks, you have to like the way your team is playing. As I stated earlier, they did fall to Bluefield at Bluefield early in the season, but right now they're trending up. They're trending up, and I think he feels good about the way his team is playing. And even without playing with Witten against man, I think that you and I talked about this. I think a couple players really stood up and stood out in that loss.
So it'll be Blevins in the center circle for Chapmanville, and he'll jump against Witten as Wyoming East will be headed to the basket to my left. And for Chapmanville, they got to think if they can sweep Wyoming East, a road victory here tonight, Eric, and a win on Tuesday, that maybe they should be ahead of Mingo Central and Liberty. And I'm not sure how that is gone with those teams all playing one another. I'm not really sure, being a little further to the west of us where we're at in Beckley, as Chapmanville controls the tip. So here's Chapmanville with the first possession of the game. Wyoming East will play man-to-man. And Chapmanville trying to get somebody free. Blevins has it now ahead of the lane. They get the ball down in the low post. And a nice defensive play. The ball was loose for a minute. Blevins picks it up. He'll launch a 3 straight away. Back iron, no good. But the long rebound will come out to Dalton. And Chapmanville will have another crack at it.
So right off the bat, 2 shots at it. That's one thing the Wyoming East doesn't want. You want them to be one and done.
So Chapmanville doing a good job working it around the perimeter, trying to find somebody free. Ball's knocked free. It's out of bounds. Good hustle, and it will stay with Chapmanville with good hustle by Wyoming East.
Yeah, and Wyoming East looks like they're really up right now defensively. They have a couple of deflections, just not able to come up with the turnover.
Ball comes into Blevins. Blevins will hand the ball back to Craddock. Wyoming East playing man-to-man, as they usually do. It looks like maybe a double ball screen at the head of the lane by Chapmanville.
Look like the old picket fence right there on Hoosiers.
Yep. Maybe a give and go. Blevins has it now, gets the ball to Craddock. Low post, they double team him. Blevins, he traveled, shaking and baking, and that will cost a turnover. So,
and that was good, solid half-court defense by Wyoming East that possession. They created the last turnover, but almost had 2 chances at it.
And Eric, you're right, and that was over a minute of defense that Wyoming East had to play. Now they look at a trap as they break the pressure. And here's Wyoming East with their first offensive possession. Mitchell has it now. Mitchell can be that second scorer Wyoming East is looking for. They get the ball to Witten, and there's a 15-footer from the left elbow, which is no good, and Chapmanville comes back the other way.
Well, Wyoming East will be content to take that shot because 9 times out of 10, Witten will knock that down.
So here's Chapmanville on the attack. We're almost 2 minutes into the game, and we don't have any score yet. Here's a drive to the basket. Nice take, little shot with the left hand, and that's a nice play that time in a bucket by Blevins, and Chapmanville is on the board. So Chapmanville's extending the pressure, making Wyoming East work to break the pressure. They get it to Witten. Witten gets it to Johnson. Johnson dribbles it off his foot. Loose ball down on the floor, and we're going to have a held ball.
And it'll stick here with Wyoming East as Chapmanville was able to secure the opening tip.
So as Eric told you, it'll be Wyoming East ball, and they'll have it up under their own basket. And Cole Lambert will get set to put the ball in play. And they get the ball to Johnson, down low, up under the basket, puts up the shot. It's blocked from behind. Good job by Blevins, but he can't save it, and it'll stay with Wyoming East. But that was a good defensive play by Blevins.
And he kept his verticality, Blevins did, and that was a great call by the official to not call a foul because he was in his defensive space and just made a good play on the ball.
Yeah, I thought Johnson maybe got a little too far under the basket. Here's Wyoming East with it. Here's a drive, and it's a turnover. And I think that time for Wyoming East, I think that's a shot Cole Lambert probably should just pull up and shot it.
Yeah, he was looking to pass, and Chapmanville kind of closed the passing lane, and he took the extra step.
So here's Chapmanville with it. Working it around the horn here. Trying to find somebody free. Wyoming East playing good man-to-man defense. Here's Blevins with it. They get the ball in the low post. Nice double team. Blevins in the corner. They double team him. And here's a steal by Witten. 2-on-2, and Witten is fouled in the open floor. And that's a pretty good foul, Eric, because I think if Workman doesn't commit the foul for Chapmanville, it's probably going to be a layup for Wyoming East.
Yeah, that was a good one to stop the easy two and let Wyoming East take it out from underneath. I think they're going to whistle that one on Devin Smith. That'll be his first and the team's first.
So here is Wyoming East with it. They inbound the ball. We played almost 3 minutes and just 2-0. So the defenses have been good on both ends of the floor as Witten has it now. Over to Lambert. Lambert on the drive. Little short shot off the window and scores. That's a nice drive by Lambert to tie the game for Wyoming East.
And Witten was just in the space. It kind of looked like maybe a moving screen, but both players were just moving towards the bucket.
And Blevins, he's doing a little shaking and baking, and they get him for the turnover.
Yeah, let's look at this on the little general instant replay. The last bucket by Cole Lambert as he's driving. Witten was just there, and he was able to finish over Witten and the defender.
So Chapmanville is going to extend the pressure. Wyoming East breaks it. They have numbers on the other end. Johnson, he'll get in for an easy layup right of the lane.
And that's a kid that seems to be improving, Maris. Each game is Chandler Johnson since we had a chance to cover him a couple games.
And Wyoming East, I thought, did a good job, Eric, breaking the pressure, and they had numbers, and they get the layup with Johnson.
Yeah, that is one of those things with pressure. If you're able to break it, you can shoot layups all night.
Here's Blevins. He thought about the three, going to get a little closer, shoot a little baseline shot. It's no good. The long rebound comes out. Blevins has it for a minute. He's down on the floor, and he tried to get up, and they'll get him for traveling. And actually, Eric, if he would have stayed on the floor and they tied him up, Chapmanville would have kept the possession.
Yes, they would have secured the jump ball and had it underneath. So they're going to back out of this pressure right now as Wyoming East has kind of broken that pressure twice pretty easily.
And, Eric, we're halfway through this first quarter, and it's only 4-2, but we've had a lot of action in it. Just not a lot of scoring. And they get the ball to Witten. Witten tacks the basket, shot's too strong. We're going to have a foul, and I think we're going to get Chapmanville over the back.
Yeah, Witten does a good job of, after he missed the shot, staying with the ball, the rebound. And
I think Dalton will get whistled for that foul. He will. So Brody Dalton will get whistled for the Chapmanville foul.
And that's the team's second.
And his first, and Wyoming East will inbound under their own basket. Looking for the cutter. They had Witten. They missed him. They get it to Mitchell. Mitchell's a very good scorer. He spins, gets to the rim, lays it up and in. Right on cue, as I'm telling you, Mitchell's a very good scorer, as he showed that time. And now Wyoming East has now scored 6 in a row.
And this is what you probably wanted to happen right here, Coach Brooks. Everyone scoring but Witten.
There's an open three. It's too strong for Chapmanville, but they get an offensive rebound. That shot was by Smith. And now Johnson's able to get the steal.
That's the 4th turnover of this quarter by Chapmanville. Let's see if Wyoming East can turn it into points.
Mitchell has it. He'll give the ball now over to Lambert. Wyoming East will set their offense. Looks like they want a ball screen. They go to Witten. They have a cutter. That's Mitchell. Will get right to the rim and lay it up and in.
That is a nice offensive set there as Mitchell gets an easy backdoor, cut to the bucket and easy layup.
Yeah, well-executed play. And 8 in a row now ran off by Wyoming East. Chapmanville. Head of the lane. They work the ball around. Here's a 3 ball. 3 is up, no good. That 3 that time was put up by Workman. And here's Wyoming East with the possession.
Well, after scoring the first points of the game, Wyoming East is going on. Chapmanville is letting Wyoming East go on an 8-0 run.
There's good defense. The ball's knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say that the young man from Chapmanville was out. He made a nice hustle play. Workman, he knocked the ball off the leg of the young man for Wyoming East that time off of Lambert, but Lambert, the ball was already out of bounds.
Yeah, and Lambert may need to be a little stronger with that basketball. This is good on-ball defense. Let's see if Witten can get cooking here.
They cut him off on his drive to the basket. Mitchell has it. He'll launch a 3 ball and got it. Mitchell able to ring it from downtown. 11-0 Wyoming East run right now, and they've built up a 9-point advantage.
Well, Mitchell seems to be playing with a lot of confidence. That's his 7th point of the quarter.
Yeah, I really like his game. Like I said, he's their number 2 offensive threat. Witten's their number 1 option. He's their 2nd option. Blevins with it. Blevins will get the ball over to Craddock.
Wyoming East is doing a good job of switching all screens and defending all positions.
They get the ball in the post, and there's, as you said that, Eric, great defensive play by Mitchell. Takes the charge, and that's going to be the second foul on Dalton as he runs right over Mitchell.
Yeah, third team foul. Mitchell's playing a good all-around game right here in this first quarter, and he's given the Wyoming East the spark that they need offensively and defensively.
Isaac Butcher will check into the Chapmanville lineup. So Butcher in, number 13 for Chapmanville. And here's Wyoming East on the attack. The Warriors are currently on an 11-0 run. They lead by 9. Wyoming East. Witten has it on the wing. He'll drive. Chapmanville did a good job. They cut him off. Here's Lambert way out high. Lambert will drive into the lane, stop, pull up, shoots a little short shot, and score. So right now, Wyoming East cooking with gas, Eric. They're on a 13-0 run to take this 11-point lead.
And they're doing it with efficient offense. They're running their sets really, really well, and they're real crisp on their cuts and passes.
So here's Chapmanville trying to find some offense. Here's a mid-range jump shot, which is no good. That shot put up by Craddock, and back the other way comes Lambert for Wyoming East. Lambert getting into the lane. Nice pass down low to Witten, and there's a foul prior to the pass.
Well, hey, Chapmanville pretty much got bailed out right there with the foul. That was going to be whistled on Colton Craddock, and that'll be his first, team's fourth.
And the thing, Eric, that Wyoming East, I think what's led to this run, they've been able to, the Wyoming East ball handlers been able to take the Chapmanville defenders off the dribble.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of getting penetration, getting deep inside the lane, and either pulling up and shooting a little jumper or kicking it to the open shooter.
They get the ball to Witten, head of the lane. He turns around, gets into the lane. They double team him. And now say like that, right to the basket, a layup for Lambert. That's really too easy if you're Chapmanville. And they have elected to try to play through this without calling a timeout. And 15 in a row ran off by Wyoming East.
And if you're Wyoming East, your offense is pretty easy right now.
Yeah, you're getting what you want. You're getting right to the rim for easy buckets. Here's Blevins, a 3-ball, can hit. Last shot time for the Warriors. Under 10 seconds for the quarter. Lambert on the move. Beautiful bounce pass up underneath. Lay it up. There's a foul. Johnson will get to the line with 3.8 remaining in the opening quarter.
Offensively, they're having their way with Chapmanville. That one's going to be whistled on Zion Blevins. That'll be his first and the team's fifth.
So 2 shots coming here for Chandler Johnson with 3.8 remaining in the opening quarter. First free throw is no good. But right now, Wyoming is currently on a 15-0 run. Checking in the game will be Drew Berry for Chapmanville. Berry into the game. And Smith checks back into the game for Chapmanville. Johnson's second free throw is no good. He missed them both. Here's Blevins with it. He'll shoot a half-court shot. Count if it goes, it doesn't. And at the end of one, your score is Wyoming East 15, Chapmanville 2. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
We're ready to start the second quarter, Eric, and wow, what a first quarter it was for Wyoming East. After Chapmanville scored the first 2, Wyoming East scored the next 15, and that's what they lead by, 15-2 as we start the second quarter.
And it was as good as the offense was for Wyoming East. The defense held them held them scoreless for the better part of 7 minutes because they played defense for the first 1 minute in the first possession and gave up a bucket.
Here's Blevins on a drive. He can't get it to go. Once again, good defense as Mitchell clears the rebound. And as I mentioned, I saw Chapmanville play Polk about a month ago, and they only scored 21 points. And tonight they're having a hard time through the first 8.5 minutes of putting the ball in the basket. There's a nice defensive play on an entry pass. And on the steal, then Chapmanville calls a timeout. Smith made the steal. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. But as Eric had told you, Wyoming East, as good as they were offensively, they were really, as good as they were offensively, yes, by scoring 15 in a row, they were really good putting the clamps down, making it very difficult for Chapmanville to get a good look at the basket, holding them to only 2 points.
And let me give you the first quarter stats, the unofficial. Chapmanville shot the ball 8 times, 4 from 3, 4 from 2, was 1 of 8. Wyoming East shot the ball 10 times. They were 7 of 10 from the floor.
Yeah, and Wyoming East able to get to the rim, and they were really, like I said, in that first quarter, Wyoming East ball handlers right now have been able to take Chapmanville off the dribble and get right to the bucket.
Yeah, they were, like you said, they were shooting layups. They shot. They were 6 of 9 from the floor, all of them layups. No, 1 runner in the lane, and 1 of 1 from 3.
So out of the timeout, Chapmanville will have it. As we're 30 seconds into the second quarter, and there's a foul away from the ball, and we're going to have a Wyoming East foul, and I think that's going to be Witten maybe or Mitchell.
I think that's going to be on Mitchell and Garrett Mitchell as he ran through the screen.
Right, can't do that.
Hey, sometimes coaches say, look, that guy run through the first one. The guy might think twice about setting another screen.
Here's Chapmanville. Blevins has it. Here's a 15-footer, front of the rim, no good. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and it goes over to Wyoming East. So Chapmanville, they've got some good looks, Eric, just not able to knock it down. That shot by Workman not able to go.
Since their first make, they've missed 10 in a row.
Yeah. Here's Wyoming East under pressure. They get the ball to Mitchell, and now they get the ball handler to Lambert. Lambert races the ball across the midcourt stripe. Mitchell has it. Wyoming East very efficient in that first quarter. It's after they got down 2-0, they've scored 15 in a row. Here's Whitman, nice drive, pull up from the left side and knocks it down.
That is a good-looking play right there. To come under control like that as he drove to the basket, Maris, that's old school off the backboard.
And the thing I like about Eric, he was thinking maybe he might draw, as Blevins able to knock down a 15-footer and stop a 17-0 Wyoming East run. But you're right, Whitten able to pull up and shoot that little kiss off the glass.
And that was a much-needed bucket by Blevins to stop the bleeding
Lambert
a little bit.
Down the lane finds Whitten. We've got a whistle and a foul.
Oh, player control. Good job by Craddock, I think.
Yes,
taking the
Colton Craddock that takes that charge.
Okay, as we're looking at Whitten on the instant replay, Maris, look, off the glass, that's as nice a play as you'll see.
You know, that's a tough shot. That's almost a lost art, Eric. That's a mid-range 8-10-footer that you don't see players even at the college level do.
Just a little kiss off the glass, and you have to understand your angle right there. That's the easiest way to make that shot is to shoot it off the glass.
So here's Chapmanville. Can they put a little run together? After giving up 17 in a row, they got a bucket on their last possession. They had a cutter. Blevins missed him. And now here with the ball is Workman.
Wyoming East on-ball defense right now, Maris, is tremendous.
Samuel Leslie is now into the game for Chapmanville as Blevins launches a three, and that's not close, and it'll go out of bounds.
Nice.
So number 22, Samuel Leslie, a 6-foot senior, into the lineup for Chapmanville right now. Chapmanville's going to extend the pressure. Yes, Wyoming East Mitchell will inbound. And he couldn't get it in, and Wyoming East wants a timeout. So it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. But, Eric, tomorrow you and I will have a full day and night of basketball and video productions, and we'll be switching things to the college side as West Virginia Tech Golden Bears will wrap up their final regular season game for the men and the women. The men's game tips at 1 o'clock. The women's game approximately 3:15. They're playing Ohio Christian. You and I will have that. And then tomorrow night we'll have boys 4A basketball. It'll be the Princeton Tigers and the Beckley Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles.
And for that last game, it'll be a big game for the Beckley Flying Eagles coming off of the thrashing at the hands of Shady Spring Tigers, whom after I've watched them and they're peaking at the right time. And They may be one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the whole state in any class.
Well, tomorrow's game at 1:30 will be a tremendous battle. Logan will be at Shady, and it's an overflow crowd. They're expected, and of course you can watch the game on video productions as well as Wyoming East inbounds the ball. So here's the Warriors on the attack, and they're setting up their offense. And Wyoming East has been very efficient. Good passing, good spacing, Eric. Tonight, here's a 3 ball by Mitchell, a little too strong. And they battle for the rebound, and Chapmanville comes out of there with it. Here's Leslie in the open court. Craddock back to Leslie. They pass it around. Here's a look for 3. That was a good look. It doesn't go. That shot put up by Workman. And back the other way comes Lambert for Wyoming East.
Yeah, Chapmanville, excuse me. We're talking Logan, almost said Logan. Chapmanville's as cold as it is outside right now in this gymnasium.
Mitchell was making move the basket. They cut him off. Lambert now, and he slides into the lane, and a little floater is good by Cole Lambert.
That's Cole Lambert's 8th point of the game.
So this 15-point lead ties the longest lead of the game. Here's Blevins getting to the rim. He draws the foul. That was a good move. Blevins left of the lane as we watch the instant replay on the Little General instant replay.
Yeah, and this is a good dribble drive by Lambert as he puts on the brakes, so to speak, and gets it up over the rim for his 8th point of the night.
Yeah, when you get into the lane, good things can happen for your offense. And now Blevins will shoot a pair for Chapmanville, and he rattles the first one in. So here we are, Eric, at the 4:51 mark of the half. And Chapmanville has really struggled to get the 5 points that they have. If Smith will check back into the Chapmanville lineup. Blevins will shoot the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. Once again, these 2 teams will play each other again on Tuesday night. This is the regularly scheduled game. The game Tuesday night in Chapmanville is a makeup game as Blevins shoots the second free throw, and he got them both. But the one thing Chapmanville's going to have to do, Eric, and I think you'd agree, they're going to have to get some turnovers, some easy buckets, might get some stops, and they're going to have to cut down on the penetration for Wyoming East. As Mitchell goes hard to the basket, a lot of contact, leaves it for Witten for the easy layup left of the lane.
And once again, dribble penetration, creating the offense as once they break the initial pressure from Chapmanville, they're shooting layups.
And Blevins turns it over. So on the travel, the ball will go back to Wyoming East. Wyoming East with the win will be right at 500. They only have 21 games. You're allowed to have 22 here in the state of West Virginia. I would like to see, Eric, maybe that go to 25 games. I don't know that that'll ever happen. But I'd like to see teams be able to play 25. As Lambert dribbles through the traffic, finds Witten. And that's a tough shot, a fall away. But the Warriors able to keep the rebound. They get the ball back to Witten. He leans in, puts up the shot, and scores left of the lane.
Nice pass and cut there.
New player into the game for Wyoming East. That is Jacob Howard that made that pass. He just checked in.
And he got a lot of minutes in Witten's absence in the last game against Man.
Man, the last game that you and I did.
Yes.
But Wyoming East has been very efficient on both ends of the floor here tonight. They've made it very difficult on Chapmanville offensively and very difficult for Chapmanville to defend. Craddock has it now. Leslie, head of the lane.
They're doing a good job, as you can see at the key. They're switching. I keep repeating myself a little bit, but they're doing a good job switching all screens and closing out on shooters.
Here's a three, is no good, but there's an offensive rebound. Craddock goes in, can't finish, right of the lane. He had a good look. Mitchell clears. Here's Wyoming East on the move. They got numbers. Lambert all the way to the basket, and we'll have a foul. And what do we got?
Oh, they're going to whistle that on Chapmanville.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on Chapmanville. And
Sam Leslie.
Yeah, and I think Leslie was too far under the basket. I think that's why they called the foul.
Yeah, that is a correct call, I think, right there. If we can maybe get this on the instant replay.
As we watch
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Well, it was so bang. I don't think he gave the offensive player a chance as Cole Lambert knocks down the first one. Didn't give him a chance to come down.
So it's an 18-point advantage for Wyoming East. This gives them their biggest lead of the game. And if Lambert can hit the back end, make it 19 and make this the biggest lead of the game if the free throw is good, and it is. So 25-6, largest lead of the game here for Wyoming East. But it's been a real struggle tonight, Eric, for Chapmanville, and really struggled to get the 6 points they have, You're talking about 13 minutes into the game. Craddock with a nice drive. They cut him off, though.
And here's what's more impressive. 2 of the 6 points have come from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've only made 2 field goals. Here's a nice take to the basket and a nice score with a nice soft shot that time by Brody Dalton, able to score. Dalton is the team's leading scorer at 25 a game, and you can see why with that move. And here's Witten with it. They give the ball to Howard. He puts up the short shot. Count if it goes, and he's fouled.
And that foul is going to be on Dalton. And unofficially, I have him with 3 fouls.
That's a nice play by Jacob Howard. He showed him the ball, or it got him in the air and get the hoop in the arm.
Chick-fil-A instant replay will show you just how he did it, as he did the little ball fake, got him up, and was able to finish.
And the free throw is no good, so he does not complete the three-point play. And you're right, that is the 3rd personal foul. And back the other way, here's Blevins. He had a look, he doesn't take it. Here's a drive, they cut him off. Blevins has it, he'll shoot the 3, and that's back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound. The ball stripped underneath, good job by Mitchell, and Witten has it now. Witten races down the floor. May have got away with the travel and throws it away.
Yeah, I think he may have got away with the a charge, a few things. I think he was a little out of control right there.
Well, I agree, Eric, and that's what I was going to say. I think he's out of control. I think when you have Witten, if you give it up, he'll probably get it back. He's the guy that has to fill the lane, not, finish the break, not start the break.
He had a full head of steam and pretty much didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah, he had a car full of gas and nowhere to go, did he?
That's exactly right.
So back the other way is Chapmanville. They got to find a way to cut into this lead. They work the ball around the horn. And here's a little 10-footer left of the lane is good. Nice soft touch. That's a nice shot by Workman. And here comes Wyoming East with it. Johnson with it. Johnson gets to the rim, puts up the shot. It goes, and he's fouled. Count the hoop. Chandler Johnson into the center of the lane with the made bucket, and he'll try to polish off a 3-point play.
And Chandler Johnson right now is 0 of 2 at the free throw line. Let's see if he can finish off the 3-point play here.
Drew Berry will check into the lineup for Chapmanville. As Johnson, as you mentioned, Eric, he missed his 2 previous free throws, and let's see if he can knock this one down. And he cannot. And the rebound is corralled by Drew Berry for Chapmanville. So coming down the stretch here at the end of the first half, which has been all Wyoming East, and they've really dominated on both ends of the floor.
And the only thing that they've done wrong, Wyoming East, is they're only 2 of 6 as
3 ball by Berry. So that was a good-looking shot. Berry able to spot up and knock down the 3 ball.
As I was going to finish my sentence, they're only 2 of 6 from the free throw line.
Johnson puts it on the deck, puts up a little 10-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound to Workman. Here come Chapmanville. Workman on the drive. Craddock has it now. Craddock spins, they cut him off. Here's a nice take to the basket, shot up, count if it goes, and he's fouled. Nice play that time by Workman, able to finish to get the hoop in the arm.
And Workman with back-to-back buckets here. We want to check this out on the Little General Instant Replay as he fights through 2 defenders and they able to muscle it up. I didn't see who they whistled the foul on for Wyoming.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I think Howard's the one that got the foul, and the free throw was good. So that's a mini 6-0 run for Chapmanville. And Eric, if you're Chapmanville, that's one of the most positive things that's happened in this first half, that 6-0 run. Johnson for 3 in the right corner. It's short. That's not really his shot. He's more, into the lane. And here's a chance for Chapmanville to continue their run. Craddock into the lane, takes it to the glass, lays it up and in. It's an 8-0 run right now for Chapmanville.
And just like that, they're right back in the contest.
Yes. Last shot time maybe for Wyoming East here in the first half. Here's Mitchell in the open floor. He'll stop. He'll shoot a 3. It's nowhere close. And here's Chapmanville with the chance to get even closer. Chapmanville currently on an 8-0 run. Last shot time of the opening half. Craddock has it. He's going to drive to the basket. Little scoop shot is no good. And that's how the first half will end. At the end of the opening half, your score is Wyoming East 29, Chapmanville 18. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can pay a little less and enjoy the ride a little more. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
And we welcome you back to New Richmond, West Virginia, high above the parquet floor here in the Crow's Nest at Wyoming East High School. With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, as always on camera, and doing a fabulous job producing and directing, Mr. Andrew Bolin. At the break, Eric, 29-18, the Wyoming East lead, and Chapmanville scored the first two. Then Wyoming East scored 15 in a row to end the quarter at 15-2. That run went into the second quarter, and it's actually a 17-0 run to make it 17-2 before Chapmanville was able to score to make it 17-4. But to close out the half, an 8-0 run by Chapmanville to get to 29. They were down 29-10, and they scored the last 8 to cut the lead to 29-18. This is the first of 2 games these 2 teams will play. They'll meet in a makeup game Tuesday night at Chapmanville. At the break, 29-18 is the lead for Wyoming East. We'll take a halftime break. When we come back, Eric will give you team and individual totals as you're watching live streaming coverage high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Did you know that 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime? At Logan Regional Medical Center, your breast health is important to us. Our caring staff uses the latest technology, like 3D mammography, in a comfortable and welcoming environment to help you stay on top of your health. Speak to your provider about a 3D mammo at Logan Regional Medical Center. Always here for you.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville. Takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
And we welcome you back to New Richmond, West Virginia, here on the campus of Wyoming East High School. And at the break, it is Wyoming East leading Chapmanville 29-18. As we mentioned in our first segment, Wyoming East had a 17-0 run that went from the first quarter into the first possession of the second quarter. But over the last couple minutes of the first half, Chapmanville closed the half on an 8-0 run to get within 29-18. So for the team and individual totals of the first half, here's Eric.
Yeah, well, Wyoming East did a good job of jumping out in the first quarter, Maris, and they shot at a blistering pace, but it kind of evened its way out in the second period. They finished the first half 11 of 19 from the floor, but only 2 of 6 from the free throw line, as they lead 29-18. But Chapmanville, they were able late in the last 2 minutes of that second quarter to really run off an 8-0 run, end up outscoring Wyoming East 16-14 in that quarter as they drew a little closer. And they were 7 of 19 from the field, but 3 of 3 from the free throw line. And right now, that's the only thing keeping them close in the game. And the leading scorers on both sides, Cole Lambert is leading the way with 10 points for Wyoming East. And Garrett Mitchell got all of his points, 7 in the first period, and Tanner Witten got his 6 points in the second period.
So out of the 29, they've spread it around really among 3 guys.
Yeah, 3 guys. And also Chandler Johnson has 4 points, but he's 0 of 3 from the free throw line. So if you could add him in, you'd have 4 guys over 5 points.
And, Eric, I think you would agree with me. I think for Chapmanville to really get back in it in the second half and really have a chance to pull the game out, I think they have to do it on the defensive end, because I thought it was too easy for Wyoming East. They were able to run some sets, and they were able to take Chapmanville players off the dribble and get to the rim. And I don't know if Chapmanville maybe goes zone or what they need to do, but I think if for them to really to make a run to come back and win, it's going to start on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, defensively, and this is what's going to hinder them with their leading scorer. I think isn't Brody Dalton their leading scorer,
right.
And he's been saddled with 3 fouls, Mayor. So it's going to be kind of pick your poison if you're Chapmanville, because he got a lot of his fouls in like transition with their press. So they're going to have to figure out really how are they going to do it defensively.
And, you know, on the offensive end for Chapmanville, I thought they had some pretty good looks. They missed some shots. Now, there were times where Wyoming East really defended them well and made tough shots, but there were other times that I felt that there were some good looks that Chapmanville had that they just were not able to knock the shot down.
A lot of stuff didn't fall, and you, if you're Chapmanville, you can be counting your blessings that you're even this close right now. For that last 2 minutes of the game, kind of, the second quarter, kind of kept them in it, and the coach can go in there and say, listen, we probably took their best shot, played our worst half, and if we can come out and correct a few things, this game is right here for the taking.
Well, you're so right, Eric, because it was 29-10, and if you don't make that 8-0 run, I mean, you're on the verge of getting blowed out, but you're right. So it was a nice finish and the momentum for Chapmanville into the locker room.
And if you can remember the juncture when it was 29-10 is when Chandler Johnson was at the free throw line. It was about to complete an and one, missed the free throw. They go down and score, and they were able to score 6 more after that. So that's right now is the difference. That 8-0 run is the difference in them being in the game right now.
So we think we're going to have a very entertaining second half. At the break, Wyoming East leads 29-18. We'll go ahead and take our final halftime break, come back and get you ready for the second half as you're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Did you know that 1 in 8 women will develop breast cancer in her lifetime? At Logan Regional Medical Center, your breast health is important to us. Our caring staff uses the latest technology, like 3D mammography, in a comfortable and welcoming environment to help you stay on top of your health. Speak to your provider about a 3D mammo at Logan Regional Medical Center. Always here for you.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy, and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
And we welcome you back to Wyoming East High School. We're in the Crow's Nest above the parquet floor here at Wyoming East with Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, Andrew Boland producing and directing, and the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins on camera. And Eric, it's been an entertaining game. Wyoming East led 15-2 at the end of the quarter. They stretched that lead to 17-2 right off in the first possession of the second quarter. And you made a valid point in our last break when it was 29-10. Johnson got an and one and was trying to polish off a three-point play to take the lead to 30-10, and he missed. And when he missed that, then 8 straight points ran off by Chapmanville to close the half.
And that's one of those things that it just takes a little spark if you're Chapmanville, and if you can parlay that into the first 4 minutes of this third quarter, I think will be pivotal because if they can get even closer midway point of the third quarter, I think we'll have us a fight.
Yeah, from being down 19 to being down 11, Chapmanville looked like they had the momentum going into the locker room and were moments away of starting the second half. And, Eric, another thing, these two teams are going to play again on Tuesday night. They'll play in Chapmanville. And, of course, every team has 2 personalities, one at home and one on the road. And I'm sure that if you're Chapmanville, if you think, man, if we can sneak out a victory on the road here, we're a much different team at home. And if you're Wyoming East, they're thinking, we got to hang on and protect home court because they're different when they're at home and we're different when we're on the road.
Yeah, and I need a sports psychologist to explain it, but even when we played, you're more comfortable. I'm more comfortable in my house watching TV than I am. Sure, I mean, that's just a normal thing. But you can also eke one out, though, on the road, and you have momentum if you're Wyoming East, if you're able to go ahead and get one up on them and defend home court.
So we're ready to start the second half, and let's see who will have the possession as the referees check with us. And, they can't play without us, Eric. They check to make sure we're good to go, and we're always good to go.
Hey, we just go with the flow.
Yep. So the officials looked at us, and it was like, yep. So, hey, we let the officials know we can go ahead and play now.
And I won't let you talk about them too bad.
Well, actually, you and I haven't said a word about any of the officials tonight, and that's a good thing.
That's a great thing.
So Wyoming East will have the ball to start the second half, and we'll see if Chapmanville can continue that run as Lambert has it. And they work the ball outside. Lambert trying to get the ball down inside to Johnson. And they work the ball around the horn. Mitchell has it now. Mitchell trying to create space. Lambert will drive, get to the basket, lay it up and in. That was a nice play, and that will break an 8-0 run going back into the first half as Lambert able to finish wide of the lane.
Well, I know how Chapmanville is going to cure not getting Brody Dalton into his fourth foul. They didn't start the half with him.
So here's Chapmanville, their first possession of the second half. They do have Drew Berry. He did hit a three. He comes in averaging 9 a game. He hit a three ball in the first half. Blevins has it now. Berry with it. Chapmanville just working the ball around the horn, trying to get somebody free. Blevins shaking and baking. Johnson cuts him off. They thought about a three.
And this is maybe the reverse carbon copy of the first quarter, but with Wyoming East scoring the first bucket and playing defense now for a minute.
So here's Craddock with it, trying to create some space. Splits the defenders, gets to the rim, and can't finish. He made a great move, but he couldn't finish the shot, and back the other way comes Wyoming East. But, yeah, that was a nice move by Craddock. He got right to where he wanted to get, but he was not able to put it in.
Heartbreak right at the rim.
Mitchell on the drive, gets to the rim, little short shot, and that's what it is. He left it short. Craddock able to clear. Back the other way, here's Chapmanville. Look at this. It's like parting of the Red Sea. And Blevins able to get right to the rim and lay it in. And, Eric, I'm sure that was a real defensive breakdown. When Derek Brooks, the coach of Wyoming, looks at that, he won't be happy with that. That was really bad defense.
Bad defense, poor communication, some breakdown.
Here's a three. It's too strong. And the rebound to Blevins and a foul. And, it compounded the miss, Eric, as we watch this Chick-fil-A instant replay.
Yeah, Witten and I think that was Chandler Johnson just both went with the one offensive player, and they left the ball free.
Tucker Cook missed the three, and then he committed the foul. That's his first. So here's Chapmanville trying to cut into the lead. They haven't been to single digits since you go way back into the first quarter.
That was a good job of hedging right there by Garrett Mitchell to cut off the dribble drive of Chapmanville.
Yeah, Chapmanville has not got it to single digits since it was 11-2 back in the first quarter. As Barry makes his move, puts up the short shot, doesn't go, battle for the rebound, and Johnson comes out of there with it for Wyoming East.
Smart right here by Cole Lambert to pull it back and set that offense. And
they go to Witten in the post. Witten spins. They double team him. He doesn't force it. They throw the ball back out. Mitchell for three. Dials it up from the left corner. Mitchell splash down.
And that is his second long ball of the game. The only two makes from three.
Here's a turnover. Wyoming East has numbers. Mitchell gives it to the trailer Witten, and he just lost the ball. Or no, the ball is knocked out of his hands. It will stay with Wyoming East.
We're going to watch the Chick-fil-A instant replay on great dribble penetration and the kick. And as you said, splash down from Garrett Mitchell.
Mitchell able to spot up and knock down the three ball. Witten. Get the ball back to Lambert. Reset the offense. Lambert on the drive. Gets into the lane. They cut him off. There's going to be a blocking foul. Barry will get whistled for the foul. Easy play to call.
He impeded his progress.
Yes, partner. He did. And that's a big word.
Hey,
I don't know what – well, if it means it got in his way, that's what he did.
That's exactly right.
As checking into the lineup will now be Brody Dalton. As you mentioned, Eric, he didn't start the half.
And right at halfway mark of the quarter, bringing him in.
Yeah, he's the team's leading scorer, Dalton, at 17 a game. They got to find a way to get him going as Mitchell has it.
Well, if you look, Wyoming East is doing it with balance because both teams' leading scorers are well under their averages.
Yeah. Yeah, Witten had 30 last night. He's averaging 25. As we talk about Witten, he launches a three and hits it
right
from
on
the
cue.
left corner.
He said, I was under my average. Now it's time to amp it up.
And just like that, Eric, it's back up to 17 points.
Well, back-to-back threes by Wyoming East.
Here's Chapmanville. Nice move inside, but couldn't finish. That shot was put up by Dalton. And he had a good look back the other way. Witten on a run out. Witten gets to the rim, and there's no foul. And they'll say that Witten carried the ball out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover.
Yeah, I think when he received the ball, he was a little too far up under the bucket. Do we have this on the replay?
Not sure we have that available, but back the other way we go with Chapmanville. Here's a three ball straight away. That's going to be short. It hits the bottom of the net, but not through the net.
Yeah, let's check the instant replay on this play by Witten. Previous play. Looks like, looks like the Chapmanville guy may have got him on the arm and may have gotten away with one there. Oh, that's a little too much heat. Great catch.
Yep, but he's out of bounds.
Didn't have 2 feet in bounds right there. That's a little football.
That's right.
It was a great catch, though.
But it goes for naught as it's a Wyoming East turnover. So here comes Chapmanville, and they got it down to 11. They've not been able to get it to single digits. Like I said, it hadn't been single digits since you go back to the first quarter.
And once again, though, they're going on a drought. They're playing the third quarter like the first. They're stuck on 2 points.
Yeah, and Eric, and as you said, that Wyoming East hit back-to-back threes. As there's a foul on Johnson, a little aggressive, going through, trying to get the ball in the post, and he went through the.
Yeah, he went through the defender.
The defender, but back-to-back threes have extended the lead for Wyoming East. So on the Wyoming East foul, Chapmanville will have it under their own basket. Trying to get the ball in. It's deflected and knocked out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover and over to Wyoming East.
Another turnover, and Wyoming East is doing a great job in switching their defense. I sound like a broken record, but you have to feel good about your defensive set and offensive sets if you're Coach Derek Brooks.
Craddock will check back into the game for Chapmanville. Biggest lead for Wyoming East has been 19. It's 17 now.
They're going to run and jump, and Wyoming East has numbers
Mitchell
here.
right down the lane, tries to finish, can't. Mitchell had a really good look, and he couldn't finish, and Blevins gets the rebound for Chapmanville.
I think he was almost too wide open right there.
Here's a three on the right side. It's short. They battle for the rebound. They run it down the corner to Smith. Smith on the penetration to Blevins into the lane. Blevins with the short shot, and there's a foul on Chandler Johnson, and Blevins for Chapmanville will get to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And that'll be Chandler's third foul.
So Johnson picks up his third personal foul. And Blevins will shoot a pair for Chapmanville. And the first free throw is good. And checking into the Chapmanville lineup will be Devon Workman. So Blevins will now shoot the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. He made the first one.
He's 3 of 3 on the night.
And make him 4 of 4. So he gets them both. And they put the full court pressure on the Warriors. Wyoming East able to break the pressure. And they'll pass the ball to Witten, ball a little bit behind him, but it's out of bounds. Good hustle by Chapmanville, but it'll stay with Wyoming East.
I think right there, Witten was going for the rebound. I think maybe a little overpassing right there by
well, I thought maybe that, the young man there for Wyoming East,
I think it was Lambert, yes.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was just going to shoot the
going
ball.
To shoot it, and I think
lane.
he was going to get in position to get the rebound.
And there's going to be a foul, a little aggressive, a little too aggressive, and that's 4 fouls.
And he's been in
Dalton.
2 minutes and picked up his 4th, so he's got to come out.
Yep, and they'll get to the scorer's table, and the young man coming in will be Samuel Leslie. So Leslie will check in.
Sub right on cue.
Yeah. Sub is in Subway that you can get at Little General. How about that sub?
Yeah, definitely.
So Wyoming East will inbound across the way there at midcourt. Biggest lead has been 19. The lead's 15 now. They cut Mitchell off. He's still trying to get in the lane. They still cut him off. And Wyoming East will reset their offense. And that's a nice hustle play there. Great defensive play by Chapmanville. And we got a foul. Let's see which way they'll call it. They'll call it on Chapmanville.
And I think that's the correct call.
Yeah.
If we could get this on the instant replay, The Chapmanville faithful may not like this, but I think he tugged on him a little bit as he was trying to. They both were going for the ball. Both guys have a right to the ball, but I think the Chapmanville defender may have got a little tug on him.
And Workman will get whistled for the foul for Chapmanville, so it'll be side out for Wyoming East. Mitchell has it in the front court. Coming down to the final 2 minutes here in the third. There's a bump and a foul. And I think that's more of a frustration foul right there on Workman as he's picked up back-to-back fouls.
Yeah, back-to-back fouls. And right there, I mean, he got into his body a little bit. I don't disagree either way.
Well, he bumped him. I think that is a foul.
Yeah.
So Wyoming East will
once again,
inbound.
he impeded his progress.
Yeah, got in his way. Something like that. Look at you using them big $50 words on me when I only got a $25 education.
I had my thesaurus out this morning. I was
there's Mitchell into the lane. His shot's a little off. Yeah, I wonder if our producer and director, Andrew Bolin, of our cameraman, the heavy hitter, Nick Eskins, knows them big words. As we got a foul out front on Wyoming East. Or no, it's going to be on Chapmanville.
It's going to be on Chapmanville on the screen, and they're going to get, I think, Colton Craddock right here. Can we get the instant replay maybe?
Yes,
Little general instant replay. Let's see.
Yep.
And
moving
yes,
pick. Yep.
moving screen right there.
So we got a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. And, you know, one thing we have yet to have a full timeout in this game, Eric. I don't know if you're aware of that. And for me, and I've said this before, I just think they should get rid of the 30-second timeouts and make them all full timeouts. And the reason I say that, when you get to the state tournament, they're all full timeouts. So I think you want to simulate the regular season as much as you can to get you ready for the postseason.
Yeah, I kind of was on the fence until you and I had a discussion. I think you're right about that. I think they should just go to all full 1-minute timeouts. And because with 30 seconds, once you get over there, you're right back out on the court.
Here's another thing, too. If you remember, they used to have 20-second timeouts back in the day. Remember the 20-second timeouts, and they moved them to 30.
Nah, I probably don't remember
well,
that.
I don't know if you do or don't,
Yeah.
but I do. But here's the thing, and you know all these coaches just like I do. How many coaches do you know that you think, well, I don't need that much time? They all want more time in the huddle. So, like you said, 30 seconds is not really a lot of time.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Especially if you're trying to draw up the game-winning play, right?
Yeah, exactly. You might not be able to find your dry erase pen.
Yeah, and here's good defense by Chapmanville. They steal the ball from Witten. And Craddock puts his head down and trying to get to the rim. Blevins has it now. He'll lean in, banked it, can't get it to go, got his own rebound, puts it back up. He's blocked from behind, and there'll be a foul.
Yeah,
I think Howard.
Yeah, they're going to get Howard with that one.
I believe it'll be Howard.
Exactly right. You're right on top of it.
So Blevins will get to the line where he's been good tonight from the free throw line.
Yeah, he is 4 of 4.
And trying to cut into this lead.
And if you're Chapmanville, to get back in this game, you can't have a 2-point quarter, and right now they're sitting at a 5-point quarter.
And another thing, too, Eric, when you get to the line, you've got to cash in, and Blevins has been able to do that. And the second free throw.
Good-looking stroke.
Yep. So they've trimmed the lead to 13. Biggest lead's been 19. And they're continuing to put full court pressure on Wyoming East. Making Wyoming East work to get the ball up into the front court. As we come down, approaching 1 minute remaining here in the third. Lambert, he's been under a lot of pressure. They're trying to spread him out. Mitchell with the ball now. Here's Lambert penetrating. They cut him off. That's a dangerous pass. Yes, you and I both were thinking that. Yes. Here's Mitchell on the drive. They cut him off, and now let's see if Wyoming East will just
see. But I like this, how they're running their offense. They're playing like they're in the lead. When most teams just come down and chuck one up, and they're making Chapmanville work defensively and
trying to get a backdoor layup. And
like that.
Just well, they got a foul. Howard will get to the line. I mean, you want the bucket, but that is what Wyoming East obviously was trying to do.
And they ran their offense with precision. You know, played keep away, got it to the middle, and got a cutter, and now they're at the free throw line.
So Howard will get to the line the first time tonight. Howard is a 6'1" junior. First free throw on its way is too strong. Checking back into the Chapmanville lineup will be Drew Berry.
That was Howard's second attempt.
Oh, beg your pardon.
He's 0 of 2 now.
Yep.
He had a chance for an and one in the second period. But that's one thing right now that they've not shot. Wyoming East has not shot the ball well from free throw line.
So he makes them both. Or I beg your pardon, he makes one of 2. And the lead's 14 here in the final 25 seconds of quarter number 3. Barry with it now. Chapmanville, here's a take, left of the lane, shot up, it's short. Workman got his own rebound, put it back up and in. That's a nice play. That is Blevins, rather. Blevins able to score. Lead's been trimmed to 12. Last shot time for Wyoming East. Can they get it across the midcourt stripe to get a shot? It'll be a half-court shot, but they won't even get it off, and that's how the third quarter will come to an end. At the end of 3, your score will be Wyoming East 38, Chapmanville 26. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
Welcome you back to Wyoming East here at New Richmond. As Eric, we head to the fourth quarter. Wyoming East led 15-2 at the end of the first quarter, 29-18 at the break, and it's a 38-26 lead as we start the fourth quarter, and Chapmanville will start with the possession and a chance to cut into the Wyoming East lead some more.
Wyoming East was only able to get up 7 shots in that quarter. They were 3 of 7, but 2 of them were from distance.
So here's Blevins with it, head of the lane. And Chapmanville, see if there's a 15-footer, and that might have been partially blocked as Leslie tries to save it, and he saves it right into the hands of Witten. Chapmanville trying to apply pressure as Mitchell gets it. And here's Wyoming East. They've done a good job of spreading the floor. Mitchell on the drive down the lane, and he's held and fouled.
Yeah, they're going to get Samuel Leslie on the hold here.
And Chapmanville's over the limit, so Eric, we're not even a minute into the fourth quarter, and the rest of the way is free throw time for Wyoming East.
Yes, this could be a free throw fest. Being down 12 points, the only way to get back in it is to get some defensive stops as
Mitchell misses the
that.
front end. And here's the thing, to protect the lead, you got to make your free throws as Barry will check back into the lineup for Chapmanville. So a missed opportunity for Wyoming East at the line, and here's a chance if Chapmanville can hit a 3, they'll be within single digits for the first time since way back early in the first quarter. And they get the ball to Blevins in the low post, right of the lane. Blevins spins. They double team him. Shots blocked. Good defense by Johnson, but right back to Blevins. And then Johnson commits the foul. And Blevins, who's been good at the line, will get to the line to shoot 2.
And I think this is the 4th personal foul on Johnson. Blevins did a good job of, after getting his shot rejected, staying with it and picking up the foul. And he's going to the free throw line. He's a perfect 6 of 6 on the night.
So he's trying to get the lead cut to 10, and the free throw is good. Now a perfect 7 of 7 at the line is Blevins. He's been a solid player for Chapmanville. He was a solid player the night I did the game against Poca, as Howard will check in for Johnson. As you mentioned, Eric, Johnson with 4 fouls comes out of the game.
And that's big because right now the size advantage is pretty much evened out now, because with the 2 bigs, when you have Witten and Johnson on the floor, Wyoming East had the size advantage.
So Blevins able to make both of them, and he gets Chapmanville within 10. Chapmanville has been down by as many as 19, and they make it tough on Wyoming East. Wyoming East still yet to get the ball across the midcourt stripe. But if you're Wyoming East, Eric, you can be really aggressive because every Chapmanville foul puts you at the line.
Yeah, and as you stated a few minutes ago, all you have to do is get to the free throw line, knock them down, and you can pretty much secure this win.
Well, that's how you protect the lead. And now look at that nice take to the basket. An easy layup right of the lane for Cole Lambert.
Cole Lambert has done an excellent job of penetrating this game.
Yeah, that's too easy if you're Chapmanville. You can't give that up. You don't even give that up on the playground. And here's an offensive foul that they don't call. I thought Chapmanville got away with one right there. I beg your pardon. I don't try to be the official, as we're going to have a 30-second timeout by Chapmanville. But I thought Craddock kind of just like lowered his shoulder and perhaps got away with one.
Yeah, right there. It was pretty bang, but I think the officials might be thinking what we're thinking. The Wyoming East is already in the bonus. They don't want this to turn into a whistle fest. But it is. If it's there, you call it. Call what you see. Let's see if we can maybe pick this up on the instant replay.
Well,
a fire.
There's no question as we watch the little general instant replay. Let's see. No, that's not the play, but
yeah,
we'll watch.
I think we caught the end of it. Yeah, we caught the end of it.
Yeah. Nevertheless, so a 30-second timeout, and like I said, we've yet to have a full timeout. So maybe they're going to use all their 30-second timeouts up. So out of the break, a 12-point Wyoming East lead. And it will be Chapmanville's ball under their own basket as Workman will put it in play. Workman gets the ball to Leslie, back to Workman. He'll dial up a three from the corner. It's too strong. Battle for the loose ball and the rebound. They're down on the floor. Chapmanville has it. Had it for a moment. Ball still loose, and now we've got a reach-in foul on Wyoming East. And that's their 16th foul, Eric. So on the next Wyoming East foul, Chapmanville will be at the line, and we're not even 2 minutes into the fourth quarter yet.
Yeah, the 6-minute mark, as you see on your screen here. We could be in for to see who's the best free throw shooting team down the stretch.
So Chapmanville will inbound under their own basket, having a hard time trying to get it in. They throw it way out high.
Turnover.
Yep, it sure is. That ball went right through the hands of Dalton. That's an unforced error.
Yeah, Brody Dalton might chalk this up as one of his probably worst outings of the season.
Well, Eric, I say an unforced error, but I guess the defense by Wyoming East forced that long pass. And now there's a discussion. It may not be a turnover because you can't. Well, the ball went through his hand. Right, I agree. He touched the ball.
Let's get the instant replay.
He touched the ball into the front court, and it went into the back court.
By no means an official. He touches it.
That should be back, over and back.
Yes.
I agree with you. That should be a turnover. They're going to discuss it. And if they need our help, we'll tell them that we think they got it right initially. And they're going to say no.
Well, since we know all three officials, they're going to have to give me an explanation so we'll know what we're talking about the next time.
Yep, and
I know you can throw it into the backcourt,
but I didn't know you could touch it right. You catch it in the backcourt, but nevertheless, Chapmanville will get the benefit of the call there. And let's see what Chapmanville will do with it. Ball comes here on the near side. They got to go to Blevins in the post. They do. They double team him. Turnaround shot, and Blevins scores. Nice job by Blevins. He gets Chapmanville within 10.
And you know why that shot was easier? No Chandler Johnson in the middle right there to contest.
Chapmanville putting on the full court pressure. And do they get the turnover? They do. So Chapmanville doing what they need to do. And Eric, we could have a game if they could score here. There's a drive to the basket. There's a offensive foul, which I think is a good call.
Yeah, never leave your feet on the pass. And Witten was there to make a big defensive stop right there because Chapmanville was on that possession was going to be able to get it into single digits.
Yeah, and something like I said, they haven't been into single digits since you go way back into the first quarter, since they were down 9 at 11-2. So Wyoming East, both teams over the limit. Free throws the rest of the way for both teams. They got Mitchell double teamed in the backcourt. They get the ball ahead to Witten, 2-on-1, over to Howard for the easy layup.
And good job by Howard not bringing that down and just, catching the pass in the air and finishing.
Yeah, that was a nice pass by Witten. Here's a Leslie open for three, splashdown. And a timeout for Chapmanville, as that's the first time, Eric, since back in the first quarter it's been a single-digit lead, or that Chapmanville's been able to get the lead to single digits as they cut it to 9 now. And this will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Be strong. We are Thornhill Ford Lincoln, your hometown dealer located on 119 near Chapmanville. Go Thornhill and expect the best with total value, support, and savings on your next vehicle. Don't miss out. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and thornhillford.net.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
Built for America, built Ford proud. Thornhill Ford Lincoln is proud to offer you our all-new Thornhill Value Plus warranty, giving you 10 years, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on most all vehicles. Get going. The road to total savings starts with Thornhill.
And we're back here at Wyoming East, and Eric, we've got a game. Chapmanville is out of the timeout, putting the full court pressure on. They've got the lead cut to single digits, and it's the first time that Chapmanville has been able to do that since early in the first quarter to be down by 9.
Yeah, and you have to be feeling good about yourself if you're Chapmanville, because if you get a stop here, and this is the shot. We'll show this instant replay to show how they cut it to single digits.
And that's how that trims it to 9. And with that, that'll take us to break, a full timeout. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Is now your #1 destination for new and pre-owned Toyotas, plus our top-notch Toyota certified parts and service center. We're eager for this new opportunity to continue serving our local communities. Quality and support you can count on. The all-new Thornhill Toyota is here.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home, with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Community strong. We are Thornhill Ford Lincoln, your hometown dealer located on 119 near Chapmanville. Go Thornhill and expect the best with total value, support, and savings on your next vehicle. Don't miss out. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and thornhillford.net.
You can breathe easier at Boone Memorial Hospital, now with pulmonologist Dr. Richard McNeely. Come see us if you have concerns about your breathing issues.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
And we welcome you back to Wyoming East High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Andrew Boland producing and directing. The heavy hitter, Nick Eskins, is the cameraman. And Eric, I think we're going to have a fantastic finish coming down the stretch. As here's Howard gets free for the easy layup for Wyoming East.
And that's back-to-back buckets for Jacob Howard. And both of them have been huge to really extend the lead again.
Lead back up to 11. Chapmanville scored the first 2 points, and then it's been Wyoming East the rest of the way. Wyoming East went on a 17-2 run, and Chapmanville trying to climb back in it as we come down to almost the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Blevins from 13 feet, splash down, a nice-looking shot, and he's had a nice game for Chapmanville here tonight. Cuts the lead back to 9.
Yeah, that's 14 points for Blevins on the night.
And Blevins came into the game averaging 15. Wyoming East trying to protect the ball and the lead here. And there's almost a steal. And Mitchell's in trouble as he falls out of bounds. And we've got the ball out of bounds to Wyoming East.
Yeah, he threw it off of the defender. Coach Brooks was trying to get a timeout, but they were able to secure possession here.
So it'll be Wyoming East to inbound, and they do that into the backcourt.
They're going to run and jump.
Yep. Mitchell has it now. And here's a turnover. Leslie with the steal. Leslie going coast to coast. Leslie puts up the short shot off the window, and he scores. And a timeout by Chapmanville. That's a nice shot by Samuel Leslie. And the lead has been trimmed to 7. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Production.
That's Sam Leslie's.
This is Boone Memorial Hospital. Compassionate, personal, quality care that's close to home, with caring, skilled physicians and large private inpatient rooms.
Boone Memorial Hospital, bringing medicine home.
Let's go places. The all-new Thornhill Toyota on the Thornhill Motor Mile. Your total automotive experience just got better with one of the safest, most dependable lines of vehicles on the market. Toyota. Contact us today and let Thornhill show you what total automotive care is all about.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
We're coming down the stretch here at Wyoming East, and Chapmanville within 7 points, Eric. And, boy, they haven't been within 7 actually since they were within 6 at 8-2 back in the first quarter.
And it's been an uphill battle, but they've stayed the course, and this pressure is finally wearing on. That's maybe a turnover.
It is a turnover. Chapmanville can cut into the lead some more. Here comes Chapmanville. Here's a chance. They give the ball to Blevins. He thought about the 3. They work it around. Leslie will spot up, shoot a 3, in and out. Heartbreak, but an offensive rebound. Tough shot, and it's blocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with Chapmanville.
Boy, that Wyoming East got away with Leslie. Sam Leslie's already knocked one 3-ball down in this quarter, and that one just rimmed out.
Chandler Johnson will check back in for Wyoming East. He's playing with 4 fouls. As that was Smith had his shot blocked as Witten knocks the ball out of bounds, and it'll stay with Chapmanville. Coming down the stretch. Biggest lead of the game was 19. It's 7 now. It's been an uphill battle for Chapmanville the entire night. But here's a big possession. They get the ball down to Craddock. He thought about the give and go to Blevins. He's had a good game. Workman steps into a 3 and hits it. We've got a 4-point game and a Chapmanville timeout. Chapmanville has not been this close, Eric, since it was 6-2 back in the first quarter. A full timeout. We'll take it with them as you're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball and video productions.
General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
And, Eric, we may be in for a fantastic finish coming down the stretch. 3:10 left in the game, and Chapmanville's cut the lead to 4, and they're continuing with the full court pressure.
And we talked about this at halftime. If they could just stay the course, they've chopped and chopped and chopped into this lead, and now with 3:10 to go, this is a 2-possession game.
And the thing about it, Eric, they've chopped into the lead without fouling, because every foul will put Wyoming East at the line. As they throw it away, does Wyoming East. Here's Chapmanville. They can cut into the lead. The layup is good. That's a nice play that time by Blevins, and it's a 2-point game. Here's Wyoming East with it into the front court. Now there's a reach-in foul, and this will get the Warriors to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
Okay, let's check out the Chick-fil-A instant replay as Wyoming East, an unforced error here, and Chapmanville able to get a bucket and cut it to 2 points.
Workman, I beg your pardon, I think I said Blevins. It was Workman on the steal.
It was Workman, and that's Workman's 5th point of the quarter.
So now it's 1-and-1 time, and stepping up to the line will be Cole Lambert.
And you know where Wyoming East has been poor this whole game?
The free throw line. Lambert, the guard, free throw on its ways, no good. And, Eric, not only can Chapmanville have a chance to tie this trip, they have a chance if they can hit a 3 to take the lead, which they haven't led since it was 2-0. So what a big change of events. Blevins, little short jump shot. We're tied at 44. Wow, it's a huge run by Chapmanville to get the game even. Coming down the stretch, it's crunch time in the final 2:20. Johnson with it. That's not his shot. He'll drive into the lane. We got a whistle. And what do we got?
We're going to call the body. If we can get to instant replay here, Maris, we're going to get the blocking foul as Johnson was driving to the middle. I think he botted him just a little bit, but I think that's a play on right there.
So Johnson at the free throw line is no good. Now we're in the double bonus as he misses from the line. But, that might be a blessing that helped out Chapmanville. Willie, I don't think was much of a foul, but Johnson has struggled at the line, and he makes 1 of 2.
So right now, Wyoming East is one of 4 in this quarter, but 2 of those free throws was 1 plus the bonus.
So Chapmanville down 1 with a chance to take their first lead since it was 2-0. And here is Chapmanville with it. Dalton with the ball, Brody Dalton, and there's a whistle. The shot is no good, but there's a foul, and Chapmanville with an opportunity, Eric, to take their first lead since it was 2-0 at the free throw line.
And they're going to have the guy with the hot hand at the free throw line. I think who is this? Workman. Workman's at the free throw line. Silky smooth lefty here, Maris, and let's see if he can step up and at least tie the game.
Yep, he's got 2 free throws. First one on its way, and he does tie the game, as you mentioned, Eric. We're even at 45, but Chapmanville has not led as we watch the instant replay there. Chapmanville has not led since it was 2-0 on the first possession, and the free throw is good, and that's Chapmanville's first lead since 2-0 in the first minute and a half of the game. Now Wyoming East, crunch time. Who's your go-to guy? You probably got to think Witten here, Eric.
Yeah, offense is going to go through Witten, and right now I'm perplexed just a little bit. It seems like Wyoming East had the puzzle solved. They were able to just break the pressure, shoot layups, and now it seems like the heat is really getting to them from Chapmanville's defense.
The momentum, Mitchell on the drive. Mitchell to the lane. Mitchell may have got away with steps as he lays it up and in. Wyoming East regains the lead. Garrett Mitchell able to score. Back the other way with it. Chapmanville. Blevins has had a hot hand for them. Workman has been the guy who's been steady. Blevins has it now. And that's, I think, a tough matchup for Johnson, especially when Blevins pulls Johnson, I think, away from the basket. We're approaching a minute left in regulation.
And this,
there's a drive into the lane with the left hand. A beautiful finish by Brody Dalton, and Chapmanville back in front.
And that's Brody Dalton, the leading scorer for Chapmanville. Only his 4th point, but none bigger than that one.
So Wyoming East now down 1. And Wyoming East will take a timeout. And we've got exciting basketball crunch time coming down the stretch. As it will take a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate, where you can pay a little less and enjoy the ride a little more. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate, because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
We welcome you back to Wyoming East. It's crunch time coming down the stretch here. 46.9 for the game in regulation. And Chapmanville with a 1-point advantage. And Wyoming East has possession of the ball as they'll inbound at side court right here, right below us. And they'll get the ball into the backcourt to Lambert.
I would say that the offense needs to go through 24.
Well, Witten
Mr.
is,
Witten.
yeah, and that's where they're trying to go in the low post. That's where they go. Witten spins, they double team him, around the horn they go.
Man, they'll reset and get it back to him maybe.
Yeah, Mitchell's the
he
second option.
He has a guard on him.
They have the ball to Mitchell now. Mitchell on the drive. They cut him off. He'll lean in, put up the shot off the glass, and score. Wyoming East back in front. Nice play by Mitchell, and a timeout by Wyoming East. So it's now a 1-point lead. We're going to keep it here. It's a 49-48 lead, and Eric will set up the strategy as we watch the instant replay by Chick-fil-A.
You see right here, Witten does a good job of getting out of the way and taking his defenders so Garrett Mitchell could score. If I'm Chapmanville, I would have to go to
Blevins.
No, I might go with the guard, Workman. I think I might go with him because he's pretty strong off the dribble, and he's a matchup problem for whoever's guarding.
All right, well, I'm going to throw this at you, a little bit of strategy. If I were Chapmanville, I'm holding for the final shot, and I'm going to take a shot with 4 or 5 seconds left, so if I miss, I have a chance to tip. But I want to hold it for that final shot to try to squeeze out, steal this win on the road.
Steal one, and, get the shot.
So what do you think about that strategy?
I'm with you on that because you're on the road. You want to try to steal the victory, and you don't want to score too fast and give the home team a chance to go down, either get fouled and win it from the free throw line. That would be Heartbreak City.
Well, no, that you have 20 seconds, so you have time. And if you're fouled, you get to the line. But I think if I'm Chapmanville, I'm taking the final shot to win the game. Let's see what they do. Everybody's standing. Here's Chapmanville with a chance to take the lead or perhaps win the game. Here's a drive to the basket, and he loses the ball. He had a wide-open drive to the basket. What a heartbreak play for Brody Dalton. It was going to be a layup, Eric. He spun to the basket. They got what they wanted, and he lost control of the ball, and now they have to foul.
Yeah, Chapmanville got it to their team leader, in points right there. And he's had a rough night up until his last bucket was the bucket to put him ahead. And he was going to have a chance maybe to put him ahead again, and he just fumbled it away. And now Wyoming East is at the free throw line where they're only 1 of 4 in this quarter.
And, Eric, here's what will be another thing. If he makes both with 9.7 seconds, do you foul or not let Chapmanville get off a 3? Let's see what he does first as the free throw is good. That makes it a 2-point game. Here's the big one, but I think if you're Wyoming East with just 9 seconds left, if he makes it, I think you might want to foul him and put him at the line.
I'm with you there because no way do I let him get up a 3.
No way do I let them get a 3 and tie. Here we come down to the final 9 seconds. Here's Chapmanville with it. Blevins has got a good look. He steps into a 3. Got it! Tie game, just what I said, Eric. They should have fouled. We're going to overtime as Blevins able to step in to a wide-open 3 and knock it down.
Let's watch it on the instant replay here, the Chick-fil-A instant replay. And, the trail gets to step into it and just makes a big shot to give his team 4 more minutes to try to pull out a victory.
Wow, we're going to keep it here and kind of analyze that final play. But, Eric, as I said before, and I think that if there's more time on the clock, you may not foul. But I think under those circumstances, less than 10 seconds, I just believe you foul. And Wyoming East chose not to do it. And Blevins able to step right into that 3 and knock it down.
And that was Chapmanville outscoring Wyoming East 25-13 in that 4th period to force overtime.
So we got extra basketball. And, Eric, the way this game was going in the first half, I don't think very many of our viewers probably thought we would be at overtime now. As Wyoming East led 15-2 at the end of the quarter, 29-18 at halftime, 38-26 at the end of 3. But a buzzer tying shot by Blevins for Chapmanville puts this game in overtime.
And this is a good Friday night game. Regional, like we talked at the top of the broadcast, this is turning into state tournament, state playoff tournament atmosphere.
That's right. You got 2 dogs fighting for 1 bone. And so it'll be Witten and Blevins in the center circle. Blevins is the team's 2nd leading scorer at 15 a game. And I felt when he shot it, Eric, I kind of felt that ball was going in.
And we talk, Maris, we talk all the time that the 3 in transition is the easiest one to make, in my opinion. You see a lot of makes, guys going towards the bucket, filling it up.
Here's Chapmanville with the first crack at it in overtime as they win the tip, not the toss. This isn't football. They won the tip. And Chapmanville working around the horn, but Blevins has been the hot hand. Brody Dalton has been the hot hand, too, as he's got it now. They try to go to Blevins in the low post. And they'll take it back out, being very patient. Craddock, now they go to Blevins, left of the lane. Johnson's on him, got 4 fouls. Blevins backs him in, turns around, shoots a shot, doesn't go. Fight for the rebound. It's going to be a foul on Chapmanville, and we'll walk the length of the floor, and I think it'll be Johnson the one at the line. So that's the one thing, Eric. It's both teams over the limit. And Johnson will be the offended party, and he will go to the free throw line, and he will shoot 2 for Wyoming East.
Yeah, the good news is Wyoming East is at the free throw line. The bad news is right now is Chandler Johnson, who is 1 of 5 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and as a team, Wyoming East, as you mentioned, Eric, has really struggled from the free throw line, and this free throw is good. Sometimes it's not how many you make, but
It's
when you make them. And Wyoming East regains the lead as they draw first blood here in the OT. So Johnson will shoot now the back end of the 2-shot opportunity. Free throw on its way. Looks good and is. He got them both. And Wyoming East with the first crack at it, and they get the first 2 points of overtime. Leslie with it.
Wyoming East has 2 things going for them right now, Maris. They have the lead, and the jump ball is also in their favor.
Here's a nice drive taken. There's a foul. Good hard drive to the basket by Brody Dalton. He's leading, the team's leading scored 17 a game. And he had that play that I think that would have given Chapmanville perhaps the win as he was driving to the basket and lost the ball out of bounds as he had a wide open layup. But now he comes back strong and will draw the foul.
Yeah, and he's has 4 points on the night. Came in averaging 20, close to 20 on the night, and that's a big make right here. And see if he can tie it up.
Yeah, Dalton he came in averaging 17 for the season, and he hasn't had that, but they've gone to him coming down the stretch here and here into overtime as he can tie it with his free throw, and he does.
Rattles it in.
So we're all even, 53 apiece. Each team has knocked down a couple of free throws, and we're a minute into the overtime. And this full court pressure, Eric, in the second half, I think has bothered Wyoming East a lot. They're having a hard time getting it in. They just do. And Chapmanville look like they're trying to trap the ball in the backcourt. They're making Wyoming East work to get it in the front court. Making Wyoming East start their offense about 35 feet from the basket.
Yeah, they really extended the pressure, and it's given Wyoming East fits here in the fourth quarter and overtime.
So the guy they think you want to go to would be Witten. That's who has it now. Mitchell and Witten, the 1-2 guys. And Mitchell with it. Comes off a screen. Mitchell spins. They cut him off. Here's a 3-ball from the corner. Good! A wide open 3 by Tucker Cook. And he was all by himself. And Eric, it looked like a defensive breakdown. Chapmanville just forgot about Cook, and he able to knock down the 3-ball.
And that's Tucker Cook's first points of the game.
Here's Blevins with it. If you're Chapmanville, you just want to take the best shot available. It doesn't have to be a 3. They're working the ball around the horn. Maybe Blevins in the post. I think that's where they're trying to go with it, and that's where they go. And give the ball back to Blevins. He'll step out. He'll shoot a 3. Got it! That's a nice play. Blevins able to knock it down and tie the game. Back the other way. Here's Wyoming East with it. What an exciting game. Glad you're viewing it here on Video Productions here on the parquet floor as we're in the Crow's Nest here at Wyoming East High School. Round the horn they go. Mitchell, he'll dial up a 3. Hit it! Garrett Mitchell and Wyoming East back in front by 3.
Big shot after big shot.
Blevins with it.
Anything you can do, I can do better now.
Back and forth these teams go. This is the first of 2 games they'll play in Chapmanville on Tuesday. Leslie with it. Gets the ball over to Smith. Blevins for the tie. Can't get it to go, and Mitchell able to clear the rebound. If you're Wyoming East, you're going to have to make some free throws. You don't want Johnson shooting that.
Yeah, that's the guy
they should have fouled him. And Chapmanville, when the ball went to Chandler Johnson, they should have fouled him. And Johnson's like, I don't want to shoot free throws. Let's get the ball to a guard.
Hot potato. Yeah, let's get a look at this 3.
A little general instant replay, this 3-ball. Boy, shooting that is Garrett Mitchell with a lot of confidence on a splashdown.
Yeah, he was ready. He was locked and loaded when he caught that. He was ready to shoot that.
So Cole Lambert will shoot 2. First free throw is good. Now that makes it a 2-possession game now, Eric, with that big free throw made by Cole Lambert.
And Cole Lambert is the guy you want at the line. He is 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Drew Berry will check into the Chapmanville lineup. Lambert to shoot the back end of the 2-shot opportunity, and he got them both. Extends the lead to 5. So it's a mini 5-0 run by Chapmanville. As we're under a minute for overtime. Blevins makes his move to the basket, puts up the shot. It doesn't go. Battle for the rebound. Wyoming East comes out of there with it. You got to foul now, and they will. And that's a tough break because Blevins had a really good look and a nice take to the basket, but he couldn't finish the shot.
And looks like Cole Lambert has a chance with 43.7 seconds to go in this contest in overtime to step to the line and really put some distance and maybe seal the victory here.
Well, he can make it a almost a three-possession game. This right here will make it a full two-possession game at 57-51. And this free throw is also good. So it's a 7-point advantage and a 7-0 run for Wyoming East, the final 40 seconds. Blevins, they need to go fast. Off the dribble, nice head fake, off the window and in. That was a beautiful move by Blevins and a timeout for Chapmanville. So that cuts the lead to 5 with 33.4 seconds left here in overtime. And we'll keep it here and just go over the strategy, Eric. And, of course, I think if you're Chapmanville, I think the only thing you can do at this point, if you don't get the steal, you have to foul.
Yeah, try to get the steal or try to force the ball. I hate to keep calling the kid out, but right now on the floor, you might want Chandler Johnson at the free throw line.
If you're Chapmanville, that's who you want. And as you're saying that, I'm thinking, and I'm like, yeah, you're going to let him maybe get the ball into him and then try to steal off a pass because you know if he gets it, he's wanting to give it up. So you want to maybe try
force
to get
it
a
to
steal,
him, then overplay the next pass.
Or then foul him.
Yes.
But if you're Wyoming East, I know this is easier said than done, but you got to knock down your free throws. And that's what we talked about. And we talk about this, Eric, as we come down to the end of the regular season in boys and we're to the tournament for the girls sectional next week. It all comes down to making your free throws. And the late, great Al McGuire always used to say, you got to make, the last shot's got to go in, but you got to make your free throws too.
Yeah, and a lot of games come down to, to the free throw line. If it wasn't for the poor shooting at the free throw line for Wyoming East, this game would have never gone into overtime.
So let's see what they come up with as it'll be Wyoming East to inbound the ball with Tucker Cook. He made a big three here in this overtime. Cook running the baseline, and they get the ball into Johnson, and Johnson quickly gives it back to Cook, and they don't foul him, and they foul Mitchell. So they weren't able to foul Chandler Johnson, but they did, I think, what we thought they would do, let him get the ball into Johnson, and Johnson quickly got rid of it.
And Garrett Mitchell, shoots the ball really well from three. He's only been to the free throw line one time. He missed the front end of a one plus the bonus in the fourth period.
So he's got 2 free throws here, Mitchell. And he's a solid player for Wyoming East. He's their second option. Of course, Tanner Witten is their number 1 option, but Garrett Mitchell's been their second option.
Yeah, and the second and third option tonight's what's carried Wyoming East.
So Mitchell at the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots. First free throw on its way. Looks good and is. And like we talk about, Eric, sometimes it's not how many you make, but when you make them. And Wyoming East here in this overtime have been very good at the line. Mitchell's second free throw. That looks good and is. And that extends the lead.
And you're right. It's not
not how many you make, but when you make.
And you know what? They've made a bunch in this overtime period.
And there's a nice finish left of the lane by Brody Dalton. And Mitchell has it again. They've got him double teamed. And now they commit the foul with 17.5 seconds left here in overtime.
And going into these free throws, Wyoming East is a cool 8 of 8 from the free throw line in the overtime
That's what I'm
period.
saying. Coming down the stretch when they've really needed to make them and preserve the lead in overtime, they've been able to get to the line and able to make them.
And just step up there and knock them down.
So Mitchell, who calmly knocked down 2 free throws his last trip, he's got 2 more coming here. And the free throw is good. And Eric, you and I talk about this all the time, that it's amazing what you can do to your average if you can knock down all your free throws. You can go from averaging 10 points, as Mitchell misses that one, from 10 points to maybe 15 or 16 a game by knocking down free throws. Blevins for 3. That is short. Battle for the rebound. It's put up. It's blocked. Blevins has it. 6 seconds left. Blevins in the lane. Back iron no good. Witten gets it, and that should seal the deal. That's a held ball with 1.2, but it doesn't matter. Wyoming East is going to get the win as they lead 66-60 with 1.2 seconds left here in overtime. And this was a tough, hard-fought, gutty win for Wyoming East as they inbound the ball and they run out the clock. Your final score in overtime, Wyoming East has defeated Chapmanville by the score of 66-60. Wyoming East is now an even 500 at 10-10. Chapmanville will fall to 11-10. We'll take a break, come back and recap. You're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Welcome to Allstate. You already paid for car insurance. Why not take your home along for the ride? Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Call a local agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE for a quote today.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
And we welcome you back to New Richmond, West Virginia, high above the parquet floor here at Wyoming East High School. And what a sensational game we had. Overtime victory for the home team, Wyoming East, as Wyoming East beat Chapmanville in overtime, as I mentioned, 66-60. Wyoming East is now 10-10. Chapmanville will fall to 11-10. And Chapmanville got the first bucket of the game, led 2-0. And then Eric, Wyoming East went on a 15-0 run to end the quarter to lead 15-2, and then went up 17-2 right there in the second quarter. But Eric, where I really think the game really flipped is when it was 29-10 and Johnson had made a bucket and then went to the free throw line to try to polish off a three-point play. He missed that free throw. Chapmanville then scored 8 in a row to make the lead only 29-18. And I think that gave Chapmanville, Eric, the momentum they need to come back as they trailed 38-26 at the end of 3. The game was tied 51-51 as Blevins hit a sensational 3 just ahead of the buzzer to put the game in overtime. But Wyoming East able to make be able to protect the ball, make key free throws coming down the stretch, and hold Chapmanville off with a 6-point victory.
Yeah, and the thing that they did, as we watch a few of the game highlights, the thing that they did, Wyoming East, in the overtime period, Maris, is really, really knock down free throws. They were hit and miss during the course of the game, and they were able to get to the free throw line 10 times in the overtime period and make 9.
And, you know, with 9 seconds left in regulation, it was a 3-point Wyoming East lead. And, Eric, you and I on the break talked prior to that with Wyoming East up 1, Brody Dalton was on his way to the basket and looked like he was going to, if not win the game, at least give Chapmanville the lead in the closing seconds, and he lost the ball out of bounds, and that forced a foul, which Wyoming East made 2 free throws. But with 9 seconds left, and I'd said it before they threw the ball in, I thought Wyoming East might foul so they wouldn't give up a 3, but Blevins able to step right into a 3 straight away and knock it down and force overtime.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where coaches are like, well, I may not want to foul there because they could get to the free throw line, make 1, miss the second one, secure the rebound, and score. So either way, you're tied, but I would take my chances, me personally, and I'm not a coach. I'm just not much of a broadcaster, but I would just say I would foul there and make them shoot free throws and then have them have to battle at least for the rebound.
Well, Yeah, and I will say this, and I'm not saying that Derek Brooks was wrong, but what I do say, and I say this all the time, anybody that's won one game has won one more than I have. But I've broadcast quite a bit, and I've seen quite a bit, and that doesn't make me right. I'm just saying, I thought maybe with 9 seconds, the way that the game was going, that maybe a foul, but it all worked out in the end because when Wyoming East really needed to be good at the line, they were. They
were. 9 of 10 says it all. Anytime you can step to the free throw line and knock down 9 out of 10, you usually come away victorious, and as they did with the final score of 66-60.
And Wyoming East had really 2 players that really carried the load for them tonight.
Yeah, and you know, Tanner Witten coming off a 30-point game, only finished with 9, and I say that, but he had a good floor game. But Cole Lambert and Garrett Mitchell both picked up the slack as they both netted 20 points apiece.
And not only that, Eric, with the game tied, it was Garrett Mitchell's big 3 that lifted Wyoming East and a lead that they never gave up in the overtime. When the game tied, he was able to hit a splash down on the near side.
Yeah, and he was, he was locked and loaded, ready to shoot that shot like it was any other shot. And that's what you have to do. You have to be a shot maker no matter what time of the clock, on the clock or when it is in the game.
And, of course, on the flip side for Chapmanville, Blevins, he had a strong game for Chapmanville.
Yeah, Zion Blevins ended up with 24 Maris, and here's what's unique about this. They only had a 2-point quarter in the first quarter. He did all his work from the second through the he didn't score in the first quarter, so he ends up with 24 points to lead the way. And Devin Workman had 16, was the next double-figure score for
Well, before we close out the broadcast, Eric, we'll let our viewers know that these 2 teams are going to hook up again Tuesday night in Chapmanville. So that ought to be very interesting since how tight they played here tonight. With Wyoming East able to win the game in overtime, that should be some game Tuesday night in Chapmanville, and that'll be the final game of the regular season for both of these teams.
Yeah, that will be a dandy down in Chapmanville. And Chapmanville will be ready. They no moral victories. We always say that, but to battle back being down so big, they'll be ready for Wyoming East come Tuesday.
Well, for our entire crew here at New Richmond, for Andrew Bolin, who produced and directed, for the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, from a partner, Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. In overtime, it is Wyoming East getting the victory. They beat Chapmanville 66-60. Good night, everybody.